good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where in the world you are at the moment. Welcome from Bangkok, Thailand, to the 30 minutes promoting unity in diversity with Wanny Angerer in moving cultures. Our guest, number 77, is my dear friend Nirupam Gyan from India. Nirupam, how are you? Namaste.
Namaste, Vani. Hola.
Hola, hola. How are you, Nirupam?
I'm very good actually in this moment, and I'm very happy to see you. It's like the old memories coming back. So good to see you again, even if it is online. But
you know, I treasure your friendship very much. So please tell us, who is Nirupam Gyan?
Nirupam is basically working as a farmer in India, and which comes from my family. But with that, I lead meditation workshops, traveling to different places, which is not being so much open right now because you know the situation of the traveling, how it is. But I feel lucky that in India, I can still travel and do the workshops. So yeah, that is what I'm doing.
Yeah, Nirupam, you are very connected to Mother Earth from childhood. So Mother Earth has given you a lot of knowledge. What can you tell us about that?
I don't know if it is the knowledge or what I learn, let's say, from the Mother Earth. Yes, when I was very small, I used to go to the farms with my grandfather, with my father, and at that time I didn't know what it is, but something was attracting me. So that's how it started, and then when I finished my studies, I started doing the farming. And Mother Earth teaches me the grounding inside, and Mother Earth teaches me the sharing also, Sometimes, like unconditionally, okay, we give a little, but we get a lot. Actually, we don't give anything. So what we receive from that little bit, we give, and then we receive a lot as a gift, as a crop, you can say. So that also I learn from the Mother Earth, like sharing.
How do you decided to start your holistic training and also teaching?
It was not actually my decision. It was not really that I made my decision in that moment, but for teaching. For learning, yes, when it started in my teenage, when I was living in the small town where I was born. So with few friends, we used to go to some kind of a temple. And there we used to do some exercises, physical exercises. And then once in a while, we used to participate in kind of an Indian ritual where we burn the fire and we put some herbs and to purify the atmosphere. So that's how it started. But then I got connected with Osho at some point in my college, and I started reading his books, and then doing meditations. So then that's how it started, the learning for me. But then the moment came when it came to sharing also. Yeah, that's how it started.
Do the Osho connection transform your point of view and your life?
A big change actually in my life. Before that, I was working at farms, but I was more kind of living so-called normal life, not so much connected with my inner world.
Mm-hmm.
But then coming to Osho, doing the meditations, so things also started changing inside. Then I felt more peaceful inside, more clarity in me. Before that, I used to also drink a lot at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but with meditations, my life changed. And the moment came, then I didn't decide to drop, but it dropped by itself. It
Mm-hmm.
not completely dropped, but it became just like, okay, maybe once in a while, just for the enjoyment, but the habit was gone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how the inner world also changed.
One of your biggest contributions to society are your active meditation approach. You teach different sacred movements in order to, like you say, find inner peace. What can you tell us about that?
These active meditations, I felt the change in me, as just I shared. So this active meditation helps us to let go of many things which we hold inside, which we store inside.
Mm-hmm.
Like day-to-day life, we keep storing emotions because we are not able to express in a way. If somebody says something to me, for example, if I'm working in an office and my boss will come and tell me something, and maybe I get angry, but I'm not able to express my anger because he's my boss. Same in the family. Parents get angry, but I'm not able to express my anger. If I have that also, I'm not able to do that. So because my conditioning,
Mm-hmm.
that I have to respect my parents, or let's say things like this. So with the active meditations, what happens, like the release happens. What we store as emotional storage inside. So with the active meditation, release happens. So they start melting and releasing through like energy, let's say. So then the mind can become more quiet, more silent after the active meditation, which is more easy than just going and sitting into a passive state of meditation. So it helps in a way, in that way.
What can you tell us about Sufi dance?
Sufi dance for me is the experience of meditation. It's not just a dance for me. It, it takes me inside. It connects with, I connect with myself through this movement. Like when the body is turning, but the presence, the consciousness is still there, becoming as a watcher of the movement in that moment. So it can give beautiful experience while just being into this turning. For me, yes, this is a meditation which comes from the path of the Sufi.
You also combine or teach the Gurdjieff technique.
Mm.
Can you elaborate a bit about this technique?
Yeah, I also combine the Gurdjieff movements or Gurdjieff sacred dances, we can say. So these movements also help to let's say, to balance the three centers, intellectual, emotional, and physical center. As Gurdjieff used to say, these three centers, but most of the time, or most of the people, they are more kind of being dominated by one center. So somebody is more intellectual, using his mind more, intellectual center. Somebody may be using the physical way more, the physical body, to reach that point, let's say, to have the experience of divine, or whatever you want to call it. And some people, they use the emotions to watch the emotions. To be more clear, he used to say that like the monk is the way of the heart. So they watch the emotions, and through that watchfulness, they reach to some point. And the yogi who is into yoga, not the physical yoga, but they use more the intellect center to understand things through the intellect, to reach to that point. And other way is the physical way, through the body, reaching to that point where, let's say, reaching to that divine. So in India, there are fakirs, the sadhus. They use this way, using their body, kind of torturing their body. I mean, like, I don't know if you are aware of this, but in India, there are sadhus who will be standing for maybe many months on one leg, and somebody is doing the Shirsasana, head down and legs up for many hours. So things like this in many different ways. And then Gurdjieff said, if there's a fourth way, with that fourth way, it can be more easy and more fast to have the experience of oneself, or the divine, if you can say. So these dances in which the intellectual has been used to understand, to learn the movement, and physical also to do the movement, and the emotional also, with the music, to connect with the music. So in the beginning, intellectual has been used. Then from intellectual, it goes into the body. So body learns the movement. And when body knows the movement, then the mind is relaxed. Mind is not being used anymore. So then it can go deep into the heart, and even deeper, going into a space of silence. So that's how it works.
When you teach, there is a great collective energy. Can you elaborate about the collective work and sharing of movement? Because it's different when you're doing like a solo active meditation, when you do it with a group. So what happens there?
When we do it with a group, as you say, it's collective energy. So especially, let's say, when we do the Gurdjieff movements, so the group is kind of helpful for the person if I am there as a participant. So many things I can see about myself, because as a personality, maybe I start seeing the other people, doing something. Maybe I start comparing, or I start judging. So these things can come up when we are in the group. So that kind of energy also can come up. So I can see myself, who am I in that moment. So that's how it helps me also to go deep into myself, to see myself who I am. And in the other way, when we do the Sufi work, it's a different thing. So because in the Sufi way, more focus is on the heart center. So when we are as a collective energy when we are doing some chanting and breathing and the movement. So the energy from the mind drops into the heart center, and we can feel that love, what we call the divine love, the pure love, not only in ourselves, but with the whole group. And it can be felt in a pure way. So not just relating with someone, but for everyone, for the universe also, let's say.
You have a number of students who are searching for that specific space. What can you tell us about their experiences, what they have told you after the session?
Mostly students, the feedback I have, the experience they share is most of the time, especially in the Sufi work or the other meditations, is more opening of the heart, feeling love, being less in the mind. Like just 2 days ago, I finished a workshop, and these people, they never had experience before of this kind of work, the Sufi work. So we were doing zikr, chanting, breathing, we were doing the whirling. They never had this experience before. For the first time they were doing, but in 2 days, there was a big change. So in the collective energy. So when we came, like I also could feel, and people were also sharing, like when they entered the room, they felt okay, individual, everyone individual. But after the group finish, the sharing happens, everybody was like, oh, we became like a family. We like know each other for a long time. And because looking in the eyes was different. So that love they could feel just by looking in the eyes also, because everything was changed. The mind was dropped down for a while, and the heart was there only. So that's the feedback most of the time I receive from people, and I feel very happy about it.
You were the international guest artist for the International Women's Day 2016. You were teaching through moving cultures, different communities around Nairobi. And the reception of the clients was exceptional, because I was leading the workshops and the agenda for you. How you felt when you connected with this variety of people from different backgrounds and especially stories?
Actually, it touched my heart. And when you talk about it now, when you ask me, I feel a lot of respect for that journey. Was special for me. It happened for a reason, I would say. And I felt I was honored to be there, because I could see the pain also. Like I was with the little kids in the school, but at the same time I could see the joy also. Like these kids, they were from the poor families. Some kids were orphan. So, but they were happy. The joy was there, and I felt like I'm in a space of so much love. So that was the experience for me, being with these kids, and then being to, I don't remember. We went to this women.
Yeah, Kariobangi women, the Kariobangi Women Training Center, Vocational Center.
Yeah, one was where their husband were in jail or something. That kind of thing.
Okay, the Children's Garden Home.
Yeah.
And also the nest.
Yes.
Yes.
So So I could feel the pain also, but at the same time, I could feel so much love also and gratitude. So for me, it was a beautiful, beautiful experience.
Do you think that this connection with Mother Earth, the animals, because you also visited a lot of beautiful animals in Kenya, the landscape, you know, and plus the people, that gave you a sense of wholeness?
Actually, I felt very much part of everything. So I didn't feel I was there as a guest or a tourist. I felt the part of the culture. And being in the nature, seeing the wild animals, it was for me for the first time that I was seeing the lion and the giraffe and the elephant just in the open field. And people, like, they are protecting it in such a beautiful way. So yeah, that was beautiful experience for me. And seeing these people from Africa, it's like they are nature, they are the earth. So that's what I felt.
You also had the opportunity to go to Bomas of Kenya and connect with the dancers of the project. So how was that experience?
I mean, I was dancing with them because I could not stop myself because I love African dances and I love the moves. But I cannot do it. But I really love because I feel so much grounding they have, and so much beautiful moves and music. It's like everybody just, I don't know, they come as a God gift for them. It is like this. That's what I felt.
Yeah, and now that we're talking about the power of arts to connect communities and people and promote unity, diversity, and inclusion, how do you apply this concept into your life, in your work, and also in your way of thinking?
Sorry, can you?
Yeah,
I missed the point.
How do you apply unity, diversity, and inclusion in your projects?
Okay. So unity, diversity is not kind of intentional, but it happens. Like, I'm, let's say, Indian, living in India. I teach the techniques which are coming from Sufis, from Turkey, from Rumi, from other teachers, from other Sufi masters. So that's already for me, it's like adopting something. I feel it's me. So I don't feel separation that this is something foreign which I'm sharing. But yes, this is the unity in diversity, and I share with the people who are from many different countries. Also, like I go here to Auroville in South India. So where mostly people are there from many different countries living there in the community. So I go and share the meditations with them. I share these techniques with them. So they enjoy it, and because they also experience the same opening of the heart with this, especially with the Sufi thing. So that's how I feel it is. I'm combining this as unity in diversity.
At the moment, society is going through a lot of pressure and anxiety due to the lockdowns all over the world and the health crisis. How do you think your techniques of sacred dance and active meditation can support people with mental health issues?
It can support in a very positive way. because during this lockdown period and a lot of pressure also, even somebody is healthy, but in the family, somebody maybe gets sick for some reason, and then a lot of thoughts are coming, especially the negative thoughts. So people are being depressive also during these days, a lot of depression. So these techniques, especially the active meditations or Gurdjieff sacred dances or Sufi thing, even doing it online, I'm sharing with people.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of positive effect, because for some time at least the mind is thoughtless, at least for a while. Person is there with the body, with the heart, with the being. So it's kind of a healing. When we are connected with ourselves, then the healing happens.
At the moment, also through the active meditation and the different clients you have online and the ones you have managed to visit presential, do you feel that is always a way out? Because during the beginning of the crisis, people thought it was impossible to do anything. How you feel now?
Yeah, in the beginning, because it was all of a sudden, these things, so nobody knew, okay, maybe it will finish soon.
Exactly.
We had this expectation, maybe over 1 month, 2 months, it will be over. But then things went in a different way. So then people found, okay, like as say, necessity is the mother of invention. So the new ways were invented to work online, and yeah, and it became helpful. It became like a blessing somehow for many people.
You are really working in a place where promotion of what we call impermanence is a key, because working on the spiritual world, impermanence is what leads. Do you think this experience of the crisis has also empowered you in that sense?
You mean being aware of the impermanence?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I learned this also as living as a farmer, because impermanence, there it is always what we experience also many times. The crop is ready. Sometimes there'll be too much rain, and maybe next day I was going to sell it in the market, but suddenly the rain will be there and maybe everything will be destroyed. So it happened a few times, and still the acceptance was there. Okay, what to do? This is nature. So I think that learning of impermanence also came from there. But yes, I believe the life is like this. In Sufi way, we say this too shall pass. So nothing is staying forever. So everything will move.
Yeah, but what about the situation that you have been confronted with death in a very dramatic way? I don't think many of us were so conscious about how death can come and erase a whole country or whole communities. How do you feel about that?
Yes, there were tough times also about this situation. But then I would say there was a lot of panic also, what I saw. Because one thing was people were getting sick also, but other thing, suddenly there was a lot of panic. And in that panic, many people also lost their lives because they were not able to breathe. So the shock was there. And yes, the health system also was not up to the mark which could not help people in that way because many people got sick in that time. So it was a painful moment to experience, to see people dying, and yeah, and a lot of people dying, and it was like a chaos in that moment, which I saw. Yeah.
We already reached the 30 minutes of conversation, you know, it's,
okay.
it's very quick.
Okay.
Nirupam, can you please give and send a message to the new generations and to the society? Also align with unity and diversity.
I would say, you know, being inside situation can be difficult sometimes. So not to react, but to respond with the situation, connecting, going inside and coming from that space. Okay, how to deal with the situation. So not to get panic if something happens, because right now we are living in a situation like this. So yeah, and not losing hope, not losing hope, and sharing love with everyone. That what we all need, actually, nothing else. Of course, we need food and everything, but love is also missing. Love is missing.
Nirupam, thank you so much for sharing your experiences, also for the knowledge and the love for humanity and for the world, because you are a very kind person. And I'm so glad that we are connected, and definitely I'm looking forward to embrace you physically.
Thank you, Wanny.
No,
So happy to, yes. Thank you for inviting me, and
Namaste.
thank you so much. Namaste.
See you, Nirupam.
Yes. Ciao. See you.